Hello parents, the topic of this video is about the array model for multiplication. Students are beginning in 4th grade to do double digit by double digit, so we're going to use one problem as an example. The problem we're going to use is 38 and 24 as factors. So if I have my array here, I have 24 times 38, and the 24, if we think about the place value, and again at 4th grade, we want to make sure that the students understand what happens to the numbers when I'm multiplying, how large they get. We are noticing students coming in using the shortcut strategy and regrouping, and students are forgetting whether they're supposed to multiply, they're forgetting whether they're supposed to add, and they're making a lot of errors using that shortcut procedural model. So this particular model is all about building understanding. So we're going to take the number 38 and 24, and we're going to break it apart into its parts. 24 is built with a 20 plus a 4. So on my array model, which is in a rectangular arrangement of rows and columns, I have my 24 rows and my 38 columns. So this builds a rectangle. 24, I'm going to break that off into 10 plus 4 more. So I'm just going to make a line here where the 10s are. So I have 10 here, and then 10 here, and then I have 4 more. So that's the 4 part of 24, and this is the 20 part. So 20 plus 4 is 24. So I'm just going to mark that off a little bit here. And the next part I'm going to do is I'm going to take 38 and break that into its 10s and 1s. So I have 10, 20, 30, so this is the 30 part. And I'm going to add to that 8 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And again, this strategy is all about building that understanding. What does this mean? I'm not going to use a shortcut. I'm not going to use words that don't represent the place value in the numbers. So my 30, so if I'm estimating, I would use this part. I would use this part of the number, the 20 times the 30. So my answer should be more than 600. In case I make a mistake, that's a good idea to figure out about how much my answer should be. So here I have my 20 rows plus 4 more, and in each one of those rows there are 38. So my first step is I'm going to, just like in the shortcut strategy, 4 times 8, and on the side I'm going to write that. And I can represent that in my array. Here I have 4 rows, and there's 8 in each row. And 4 times 8 is 32. So there's 32 squares there. And if I wasn't sure, my student didn't believe me, we could count them all up. 4 times 8 is equal to 32. And now to keep the students from having to go back and forth, add, regroup, multiply, we're just going to stick with multiply, multiply, multiply. Let's get all of our partial products, and then let's add them together at the end. Then I'm not taking the numbers apart. We can go back and evaluate if we made any mistakes. My next step, just like in the regular procedure, would be to multiply the 4 times the 30. And if I look at my model, here it is. I have 4 rows, and there's 30 in each row. So 4 times 30 is equal to 120. And again, in my problem here, I'm just going to write my partial products down so that I can add them. I'm done multiplying my 4, and now I can move over to my tens place. I have 20 rows times 8. And that's what I have here, 20 rows times 8. So this part is 20 times 8. And I'm going to write it on the side. And 20 times 8 is 160. 2 times 8 is 16. In this case, I have 16 tens. 8 tens here, and 8 tens here. The very last part of this problem is my large area. And I have 20 times 30. And 20 times 30 is going to give me 600. And I can count them. I have 100 here, 100 here, 100 here, 100, 100, 100. So the purpose of this strategy is to really show the students what's happening when we multiply. We're going to write down all those partial products so we can analyze our thinking. All the steps are there, really easy to see. And now I can add my ones, I can add my tens, and I can add my hundreds. So altogether, 24 rows times 38 in each row is 912. So as your students practice with this model, the purpose of the model is to really understand the place value involved in the multiplication problem. Thank you.